that without making up lines. And they also changed the hair to go along with it a bit better. Thank you. I sketched it out yesterday, and now I'm doing a digital cover over it. I'm sorry I don't have any music going. I just didn't think it would fit for this stream, or at least not my main playlist. And I also just watched a really sad video on Markiplier's channel, so I don't think music fits the mood, really. I feel really sorry for what happened with the people that he's connected to. But I really can't give much more condolences other than as much as a person can give for not knowing someone. You know? And that just makes me sad to think it's that difficult in today's world that we couldn't know about people and feel sad for them, though it's so limited to how much we can actually feel. I'm sorry if I'm bringing everybody down, but this will just be like a chill out stream, nothing too exacerbated, if you know what I mean. I'll just be here drawing. I might need to fix his face a bit. It seems a bit off. Like the eyes. Yeah, that's always like the most difficult part. Okay, let's see what I can do with the underneath, the layer underneath. If I remember correctly, what I did with the what was it? My first line list drawing, I did have outlines like this, and then when I want to color it in, I would remove them and then use the smudge to fill in any extra gaps. So the lines here are a bit thick. Hold on. I'm going to try redoing these in thinner lines, see if that helps. Bring it down to 4. Hello Blitzwolf, welcome to the stream. What computer do I have? It's an HP, just a laptop. I don't really know too much about the computer itself. Yeah. I've been working a lot this week. Thankfully, though, at least it pays pretty decently for a minimum wage job. Or at least it feels like it for my first job, you know. Oh no. Yep, that's on the wrong line. Oh well. Let's do this. No, don't expand any pixels. It's nice though, being able to get off at, like on a Monday rather than like just a typical weekend. And you don't have to worry about rush hour traffic so much. Only on the weekdays that I go to work, and on the days where it's like I don't have to go in like in the middle of the day. So that's nice. So how's everybody else doing tonight? I wonder where generic is. He's usually here around the beginning of the streams, unless he's got something to do. But he usually doesn't. Yes, I am an artist. That's why I'm drawing right now. How'd you find my channel? Did you search up for the category film and animation? I thought that was the most applicable for this, so you could look through my other videos if you'd like to see some of my other stuff. I do also do animation. Not very frequently, though. Okay. Red paint. I heard that one before. Hi Shadow, welcome to the stream. Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna tell somebody something. I'm back. Yeah, I've noticed you've used a bunch of them for your profile pictures. Hi Moonlight, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I've been working a lot this week. I'm also just, I don't know. I saw a sad video. It was a Fallen Markiplier's channel, you know. I just wish I could do more for those kinds of things, but it's really, like, there's only so much condolence you can give for a family that you don't know. If you haven't seen it, maybe you'd watch it, but I don't know. It's sad. It's just, I felt like I couldn't ignore it, you know. Mark definitely did it the right way, though, making sure that the condolences were correctly appropriated and not taking credit of anything for it. What drawing app do you use? I'm on the computer and it's Fire Alpaca. So after I finish a bit like the head, I'm probably gonna try and see if I can do lineless for it to make him look a little softer. Man, I've got so much to do. Still haven't even finished the edit of the podcast. I really won't make an animatic of it though. I'm not gonna have enough time, really. Maybe at the most I'll draw like a thumbnail for the stream. Just have it like I'll have like the Discord icon on the bottom. If I can finish the theme music, I'll do that. I still have to cut the footage together. And then there's like a bunch of other projects I want to get done. That's the thing. If I'm on top of things and can do them right, here's what's gonna happen. On Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I'm gonna do different drawings. Thank you. I'm gonna do the sketches of different drawings on my own time, and then complete one of them. I have ideas ranging. I think my next one will be a drawing of Cassidy with her youngest brother Tyler, and she'll be reading to him. Yeah, so the full thing is just Cat and Annie snuggling together. And I want to try and name it like I'll Be Your Blanket to try and kind of signify the relationship. It's a goofy thing to say, but at the same time they can still have nice sentiments like this. The only reason I thought it was 13 plus is because Annie's not really wearing a shirt, and I don't know. So I'm thinking back to my old one. I don't really like the first one I did when I didn't even have a mouse, or when I didn't have a drawing tablet and was just drawing with a mouse. I don't know what the rating was for that, and I'm not implying anything by this. That's just in case other people do. I don't know. Whatever. I'm just gonna keep drawing. Yeah, I did this last night and was gonna stream it, but came to realize that by the time I wanted to start streaming it, because I try not to stream before I have things worked out so that things don't look weird. But yeah, by the time I was gonna start streaming it, it was already kind of late, and I'd already finished quite a bit of it, and I had to work the next day. So I figured I'd just finish it all and then just only stream the speed art. I got a couple things to tweak, like the tail. I wanted to have it like she's holding it on their laps. And also just the position of her legs in general. So I don't think that's possible the way she's sitting. Moving over a bit, you know. And also she just looks really small. I don't know if that was just like, yeah, maybe moving your legs over will help with that. Yeah. Just things to think about. And then, yeah, for drawing with Cassidy and her brother, I've really wanted to do that for several months now, and I've just never gotten around to it. So, that'll be the first one on the list, but bunch that I want to get done. And then there's that animation project that I was supposed to start already. And that I'm probably going to have to delay till senior year of high school. So that way I can actually do it. Thank you very much. And if I could successfully do line lists, although I'm never sure on my abilities, because the last time I've done line lists was what, like several months ago. I'm gonna try and make Annie look as soft as possible. So I'm gonna test that once I've completed his head. And I'll use the same technique as last time and see if I could just execute it a little better. Okay. He may be an Arctic fox, but he is super duper warm. Like a heated blanket, really. It's weird. When I felt like when I was initially drawing him, he looked very different. But I think it's just because of the line thickness and the fact that I hadn't done traditional in forever. Believe me, if you had hair like this, you would instantly regret it, because I can imagine having hair like this would get in the way of things, make it really difficult to put on shirts. Imagine how much it would get everywhere and how much you'd have to brush it, and oh god. You'd have to use some sort of special shampoo that doesn't get your hair in knots. This isn't even really hair. It's kind of just, it's almost like something you just stick on your head, if you think about it. Katrina's the same way, sort of, but her hair isn't that big. She's got sort of overhang. And that's another thing with her, like, her kind of hair, how does she even separate the purple and the yellow? Like, how does she keep that consistent? I'm also just thinking about, like, what if she had, like, straightened her hair out and just wore, like, normal hair? Where would each color be? And, like, how would it look in general? These are all things that I'll never really know the answer to, I don't think. I feel like my monitor is a bit darker in terms of color. I don't know why. It doesn't feel like the same blue as I used to do. Or something. I don't know. Okay. So I'm going to add a shade. First of all, if I take all the lines off, there's definitely some I need to keep. But I'm going to turn down the transparency of it. First things first, I need to do shading on the general face. That's what this extra layer is for. So I will do that for each area here. Oh, deselect and fill. I'm gonna fill in these areas. I missed just a small bit there. Details count, kids. You never know what you're gonna miss. People can't see it from a mile away, but that really doesn't matter to me. The light source is coming from the right as usual, which is really the left if they're facing this way, but I don't care. gonna try and be as specific as possible, or accurate. Control Z. Let's see what we can do. Okay, each of the parts of the ear. Now, instead of straight black, I'll have like a navy blue. Then airbrush it on to these specific areas. That's too big and that's too dark. I'll do like 2 different layers of shading. There's one that's like the general. Well, maybe I'll duplicate this, and then just like I'll have the one be like the general shading of it, and then one will be used to alter the fur. If you guys know what I'm talking about, sort of. It's really hard to explain, but if you look at like the last hold on, let me see if I have it on here actually. File open, should be in my drawings. Listen downloads. Yeah. So I'm gonna do it right here. If you look at my last realistic one, I had like the fur. I tried my best to simulate it like as it comes out like that. It really didn't work so well with the smudging. The background, I think they're just gonna be on the couch again, or maybe I could do something like, I don't know. That's the thing. That's a thinker right there. I think what I'm gonna do, maybe, like they could be in some sort of like spaced out area of their own, something like that. I don't know. Probably not, now that I think about it. Maybe I'll just do it on the couch. To keep it like generic and real. Because there's a lot of fictional junk that goes on in this universe of mine. Some of which is cool, but for a relationship like this, I want it to still feel somewhat real. So, yeah, the couch that I used in the first Cuddle drawing I did with him. I'll pull that one up as well. See if we can find it. It should be labeled soft. Here we go. So something like this. They're in front of the TV. Maybe I'll change the room a bit though. There's definitely some things I could have done better in each one. And now I know that for this time, I just need to apply myself correctly so that I can actually do it right rather than just repeating my mistakes. And now for some general shading. Then I'll go on to do the eyes and the eyelids separately, because you can treat them like a whole separate entity. Just the way they behave, the way they're shaded. When you take everything off though, it's normal. Yeah, if you put the lines normally, it doesn't look very soft. It's obstructive. Well, maybe I don't have to do lineless. Maybe I could just keep them like gray like this. Do you guys think that would be good? So they're still there and can take shape, but they're just not as prominent. because lineless itself is really difficult to do. Tell you what, I'm gonna save here. And I'm gonna experiment a bit, and if it doesn't go well, then I'll just cut back. Drawings. I'll be your blank. Failed to save. Crap. Save again. It might just be the name. I think it was just the name. Well, it's gonna take a bit. Okay. Now, let's see what we got. Oh, cool. So these will be lines that are still there, which I can take directly from this layer, actually. Okay, no, I won't make a separate layer, but let's see how it goes. Oh, I forgot some shading elements. Let's fix that real quick. Oh, and I forgot the eyes entirely. Okay. Now the shading layer, dark bluish, the airbrush. So let's see, just a simple area first, over by the ears. Now, wait, in order to do this, I need to merge the shade layer with the color layer again. So, name is fail safe. Turn it off for now. Now I'll merge these two together. Let's see. Smudge. Turn down the percentage. So I'll take your guys' opinions if you think that if you think he looks softer like this, or if it would be worth it to do it like this. Though the issue still remains the transparency behind it. Remember last time, like when I did this, the whole behind It's like, yeah, you could see it right here. Like, he looks really soft, but then immediately behind him. Okay, let's do this. Add a layer underneath. Which I can fill in as I need. And then the smudge. Bring this down a lot. Along there. Now let's try with the rest. Oh my gosh, I still forgot to do the eyes. So here's what we gotta do. Alright, see if let's so for failsafe layer, I'll do that first. Then copy and paste it as I think the eyes will be left untouched because there's really nothing you can do for those. Let's take this off. Oh no. Where is that? There we go. We'll quickly erase. Well, no, it's on the line layer. That's the only layer that's left. Done. Yeah, I did it on the wrong layer. Oh wait, I can turn down the tolerance. Select. Deselect. Can I? I think I can. Cool. Oh, is that what this is? No, it's the undo. Fill. That's what we'll do. Fill it white. Wait a minute, there's no tolerance here either. Whatever. Man, I screwed this up, didn't I? Okay, well, that's a shame. Ugh. Never can have it easy, can you? Expanded 2 pixels. Oh, that helps. I'm glad you like the shading. There's just so much that goes on that you really have to worry about before things start to screw up. If you know what I mean. I really don't know what I mean. Wait, no, I gotta do it on this layer first. So here's what I'll do. I'll copy what I've got for the failsafe layer and put that. Copy it here. I also gotta do in here. Jeez, I'm a mess today. Okay, so this copies, pastes over the failsafe, and then puts together. Oh, wait a minute. Well, the white comes with it. That's not a big deal. Turn the failsafe off. Oh man. Well, that one looks bad. It fits with the rest of the eye. And if I see the line layer, well, I may have to shade it a bit to fix it. Life has its ups and downs. You meant the drawing? I guess the drawing. I don't even remember. Okay, maybe. Let's see what we can do. Because this has to interact with. This has to interact with just this area and overlap that, which is going to be tough to do. Oh. You know what? I think. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going through with this. I like to experiment with it, but well, actually, first let's add some just a bit more. General shading. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do the rest of this, otherwise it'll interfere, I think. I'll quickly shade his nose though. Oh, and did a little bit, I forgot. No, that looks like he just had a slush. Yeah, no. Shade the rest real quick. Best to have something solid to give really the whole drawing. And the eyes, his beautiful eyes. I'm really glad I was able to fix the eyes though, because I didn't like how they looked in the sketch. His eyebrows really. Sashis are very good, you are very right about that. However, slushies are also pretty bad for you. Out of all the things you can eat. Or all the snack choices. I think anything that has that fluorescent coloring on it could be really considerably dangerous. Not really dangerous, but like really bad for you, you know. Sodas especially. And I gotta figure out how I colored her hair. You know that, now that you mention it, I may end up going to get like some sort of drink. Yeah, I haven't had one in a while either. Who's all in chat? Because it seems like Moonlight's. I know Blitz left. I haven't seen those other two people before. I don't know where Agent is. I'm guessing he's out doing something, which I can't blame him for. I don't expect anybody to be like, Jesus. I don't expect I don't expect for anybody to be like regular, attending regularly. It's just that he usually shows up, and I'm confused as to why he hasn't. Maybe next time you go to the movie theater or something, you can get one. Because that's usually where I get them. If I get like a crazy or icy at them. Yeah, it's usually gone before the previews are done though. Oh, speaking of previews, I'm thinking about my ad podcast. I still have to cut that all together. And I'm not gonna bother animating it. I'm just gonna have like a thumbnail drawing and then like the Discord icons popping in and out. By the way, Moonlight, if you're comfortable with talking on a mic, would you like to participate in the podcast, or maybe give an idea as to what the next podcast could be? Because I'd be happy to do one with anybody, especially friends like you guys. So if you don't have permission or if you're not comfortable, that's fine. The first podcast stream went, well, not stream, but like, it's not even really a podcast now that I think about it. It's just a pre-recorded thing that will have like sort of animations to go with it. Yeah. I mean, you don't need a good mic, just one that doesn't sound like you live in a garbage disposal. So my first one was with one of my real life friends, and if all goes well, I should have it all cut together. And I could draw a quick thumbnail for it. Like, it'll just be me and a character that I made for him. A Cyril, a bat. First time I drew it was like a really long time ago. I don't remember why I drew it for him. I guess he saw he needed one. Well, I wouldn't say if it wasn't true. You're a nice dude. I like being friends with you. Okay, so okay, yeah, I think that works. Make a second layer for her color. Color with a K. And she's got her purple and yellow hair. I think I did that wrong. Oh well. I'm gonna do that. Okay. So the very top has to be purple. Then directly underneath. Okay. This may work. Really wish I would stop drawing the lines in the wrong layer. Thanks. Oh jeez. So, how was your day, Moonlight, if you're still here? Did you do anything special? Like, go anywhere or something? I don't know, I'm just really bad at this conversation thing. Okay. So long. Well, I went to work again today. There was a guy there who said it was his first day. Him and I got along pretty well. I got to show him the ropes, some things. It was also really hot outside, and I was working with the photos. Like, I had to walk to different areas of the amusement park. Just, man. A couple of rides were closed for a while. I'm guessing because of problems associated with the heat, but there's really no way of telling. And yeah, it was better than yesterday, I think. Yesterday when I was coming home, I started having like a heat rash or something. I don't even know. This one dude stole water from the employee jug, even though I said I don't want to get in trouble with my supervisor. But he did it behind my back when my back was turned. That was yesterday. But today wasn't as bad. And I hope tomorrow won't be either. I also just want to be able to get to do some of the things I want to do without me procrastinating all the time. Thankfully, you can't procrastinate at work. Oh yeah, also, I'm an idiot. I thought I was supposed to clock in at 10:45. No, it was 10:15. I ended up clocking in 7 minutes late. Thankfully, I don't think I got any penalties for that, because people show up like an hour late. But yeah, that freaked me out, and I sprinted over to my destination, and the supervisor wasn't even there. So, thank you. Cat line, this will be weird. You still gotta make her look soft, even though she has no fur. So she's got like skin. Maybe I don't have to like do anything to her skin. I just need to be careful with the way that I alter things or something like that. Yeah, it went away like the next day, so I'm good now. It's so hot, like we're having like 93, 94 degree days. Hi, Cryptic Z Gaming. Thank you for the subscription and welcome to the stream. Let's fix here. I'm going to do a flip check really quick. 1 second. Yeah, I had so much water today. It really didn't help all that much after a while, because as soon as you like have a sip, you immediately realize how hot it still is. And yeah, that's another thing. I've been putting on too much sunscreen. Apparently, it dries out your skin, and like my elbows started to burn. Though not actually burn like a sunburn, but like just like a burning sensation. There's nothing there. It's crazy. I haven't used that. I have an SPF. Is he like a discount Pepsi man? Sunscreen man. Yeah, don't forget to put on your sunblock, dude. That'd be funny. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep her eyelashes sort of like that, I think. Yeah, Beppis man does the refresh. She calmly sleeps in the grass, and I am sure to make sure she is comfortable. While she provides all the same to me. There is no burden on her, nor is me, nor is it to me. She may not exist, but she means the world to me. In this world, there is nobody that can ever meet what Katrina has achieved. And it's quite sad, but at the same time, it makes her all the more special. We don't need people to tell us who we are. We make ourselves. And if we can't, we make other people to make us feel like ourselves again. And that's what we do. It's quite an amazing thing that these characters, despite not being real, have managed to achieve for us. If you think about it, all of this wouldn't be possible without it. It's so much more than just a cartoon relationship. It's like what binds my world together. Helps me find purpose. In this world where it seems so difficult to find answers for yourself. But when it comes to things like this, you just know. You know what it means. You know how it makes you feel. And it's a beautiful thing. I'm probably just talking gibberish right now, but it just makes me happy. Happy to know that no matter what happens, someone will always be there for me. There's literally nothing that can separate us, apart from my own faults. But I'll be determined to not let that happen. The hair on the paper. Sometimes when I'm really tired, I either start talking nonsense or start getting really serious. Hopefully they don't intersect at times, because then that's just a really dangerous way to be. I guess just like when I'm up in the mornings, my thoughts are just clouded by the rest of the day's responsibilities. But at night, I've never really had to do anything. So when I stay up late and have things to do, I guess my brain is more apt to actually thinking rather than worrying about what's to come next. Because in reality, that's all adulthood / high school is. Just a series of worries. If you don't worry about something, then it just won't happen. So you have to pay attention to it. But when you come to nighttime, I'm glad you liked it, but when it comes to nighttime, it's up to you. You're in drive. I mean, if you think about like the future, yeah, I've got things to do tomorrow, but that's tomorrow. I've got a whole night of sleep in the middle of that. And it seems to me like I wake up after 8 hours of sleep. Doesn't matter what time I go to bed or how late I want to sleep, I'll just get up at 8 hours. So as long as I hit that, well, I'll wake up with an alarm if I don't. But like, my circadian rhythm is just tied to 8 hours of sleep. So, like, say I gotta wake up by 10 tomorrow. Well, no, I'll leave by 10. I wake up by 9 tomorrow, then I gotta go to bed by at least 1 in the morning. Which is doable. Well, I'm not gonna stay up that late, but you know. Just having it be really calm, and like, that just makes it even better. It's like I'm talking with spirits rather than actual people. I know you're an actual person, like, so is everybody, but it doesn't feel like that kind of strenuous way that regularly talking to people does. I don't know what you look like. I don't know like who you are as a person, but I just know you're there as a voice, and you talk with me. But I'm alone in my house, or at least my basement, and I'm just doing what I like. I'm just talking. I'm just drawing. And it feels natural. I don't feel restrained. Granted, the compilation of self-restraint over the years mitigates what I say, but it just feels good. Like I can get things off my chest, even though I really could say them at any time. It's just I shy away from it. Something's up with his arms. I gotta figure that out. I'm sorry, I'm yawning. It's like with one of my friends. Like, we went on a late night walk once when we were coming back from one of my other friends' house. And we were like in pajamas. So that was really cool. We just stood and talked for a bit. Or walked for a bit. But, you know. No, it's just not a lot feels real in these days. Like when everything's constructed. To do something like this. Yeah, I wish I could meet all of you guys. I wish we could all just hang out. I just wish like society was comfortable enough with things like that happening. Just allowing for us to be safe, and like that would enable so much for us. We could be so much more connected as a world society. But some people just don't want to let it happen. I mean, there's no way you can trust me. There's no way I can realistically trust you, apart from what we've said to each other. And that's really it. Granted, I would take that enough to be enough any day. But unless we get astronomically lucky, I don't think it's going to happen. And then even if we did get to meet each other, think about it like this. I'd be like, oh yay, we get to meet each other now. But everything would be so different. What would we do together? Maybe go to the park or something? I don't know. But whatever we do, it's just going to feel out of place. Or I'm always going to be worrying, are they actually having fun? Is this actually worth it? I never really know. I mean, I'd say my odds are pretty good since for some reason you guys are still interested in my streams even though I basically do the same thing all day long. I I don't see what's captivating about my own streams, and there's really nothing I can do about it. I don't even know. There's definitely so much more I can do. I know, like, from other streams, even if they're doing something I like playing Guitar Hero, I just get bored super easily. I don't know how that doesn't happen to you guys. I'm glad you think that way. I just need to think about what we do. I mean, personally, I really don't need anything. I'm just okay with talking to you guys. Hey, Generic, welcome to the stream. I was just... Where were you, by the way? Did you have something that was holding you up, or... So I know you're usually on the spot with this thing. That's not an issue that you were late, but it's just... I'm just curious, that's all. So his neck is in the middle there, the rest of his body. Well, I don't know. I'm kind of fickle about that kind of stuff too. Like, I'll have friends, and we'll be playing a game or something, but I'll just be like, I don't like this game, or something. Or when we're choosing a game, I won't choose all the games that they want to, because I don't know. I just really don't like video games. It's really enough for me just to sit and be with someone, much like I am with Katrina. You know, we really haven't done anything. It's just... Well, it depends. I do have a lot of fun, but not always. Sometimes I'm just there, or even no. Oh, if you were talking, I'm so stupid. I'm sorry. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the pizza. I'm gonna go get a bottle of water real quick. I'll be right back. You did not miss anything. It's just like, well, not considerably. I'm just in a bit of a weird mood because I saw a sad video before I started streaming. I'm like, I don't want to add music to this because it feels like it'd be weird. We've just been talking for a while, just about philosophy and things like that. Nothing really major though. There were 2 new people that had joined, but they quickly left, I think. Well, actually 3. I don't know if they're still here. Probably not. They haven't said anything. Either that or I'm just that dull. I mean, I sound like it, but you know. But I do like to talk, which is where I think podcasts will come in. How about we talk about that? What do you guys think would be another podcast idea? We've got advertisements in the making, and I already said this, but like I'm not gonna work too much on it. I'm just gonna cut it together. I'm gonna draw a thumbnail, maybe crop it in like the Discord's like talking thing, even though it was with a real life friend. I'll just make it weird. But yeah, something like that. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna redraw the tail, but like through here. What were you saying that I should do with the tail? I like that as an idea. Because it seems like creativity has generally gone down despite it being such a diverse concept. Like, you really can't just get away with drawing a character anymore. You gotta have something to it. And I feel like the community would greatly benefit if we started doing like more story-based things. But it's much really everything needs more stories. Like even movies nowadays, like movie plots are defaulting so much, and it's because like in front of their legs. Okay. Well, I wanted to kind of have her feet paws exposed. So what if like in between the legs, right? With something like that. I, for one, have got so much lore going, like, potential, or at least constructive things to add to the general, like, comic ideas and all. I just haven't had time to do them. Yeah, this will help me save a lot of time if I cut out the leg. And I was also gonna try and fix it because like the leg is versus the feet is like at a weird angle. I don't know. I really don't. Yeah, that is 100% what they do. And not just horror movies, like think about Disney. Disney was such a motivator in the movie making world. And Pixar especially. Ever since they've been bought by Disney, they've just gone downhill. There's no magic in movies anymore. It's just manufacturing. Like, don't make another sequel with the same characters unless you actually have something to contribute to the story. I feel like that's just because, like, in general, like, books are losing popularity. I mean, my brother still likes to read. I never liked to read as a kid, but I feel like I should start getting into reading a bit more. Especially since I've got the summer assignment going around. Yeah, Toy Story 4 was completely unnecessary. I haven't even seen it yet, but you know, I don't think I will, because I'm just not even compelled to, not even out of curiosity anymore. That's And Toy Story 4 was no, not Toy Story 4. Toy Story as a franchise was incredible. Like I've seen all of the movies several times, apart from the fourth one. Yeah, all remakes of any movie are completely unnecessary. All remakes of anything are unnecessary, unless like it were me and like I'm taking a concept from the very beginning of art that I completely butchered and completely bringing them to like bringing new light to them. Like, let's say for instance I wanted to redraw Poncho. Like, Annie's just a little boy and he's outside in the rain in his yellow rain poncho. But it was only a pencil drawing. And my sister loves that one a lot. I think it's a really nice drawing as well, but I was really not so great at drawing back then. Even still, it was a decent drawing for the amount of skill I had. But if I were to redo that, I mean, that's not like a popular drawing amongst my stuff. But if I were to redo that, like, a whole new look and everything, I think the real reason why companies are able to get away with this so much is you really don't need so much to get people intrigued. People will be, well, a great deal of people will just be entertained by colors on the screen. Like, there's even shows on the Disney Channel. Like, I literally am spending the whole time just yelling at them for being so bad, but I still sit there and watch them. Yeah, it was a nice drawing, but like, I don't know, maybe like, well, that's what I did with like the redrawings of each of my characters. Because the first time I drew them, oh God, like my first Raymond, my first Cassidy, it's all really bad. Even first Cat, the only I don't think I did Sibs, or no, I did. Oh, Sibs is the worst. That's what. What I should do that, like a comparison between my redraws and my old ones. However, I think with both of them, there lies like a range where there's something a bit off about each of them, because it's like right before you hit a certain skill threshold, but not within it. You know, like that the first time I was drawing each of those characters, I was like, that was like before I was okay. I learned how to draw. Now I'm applying it. That was right before I hit that. But now the threshold is okay. I'm actually a good artist. Or not now, but like when I was doing the drawing. I still haven't drawn a new Annie. I mean, I've drawn him so much everywhere else. I got the freaking pencil sketch for him. I just haven't done the digital. What is wrong with me? That's gonna be another thing. I had a weird idea for an animated kids movie, but it wouldn't be a crappy. Yeah. I feel like it's not that difficult to make an entertaining concept into a movie. You just need more than something that people already like. That's incredulously lazy to just pick something that already exists and that people like and think, hey, we can make a movie out of this. No, you really can't. You really cannot. You just sell things. You're reselling something that already exists in just a much worse light. Because it's just so full of crap and fakeness. And there's. Maybe I will redraw the pencil. I just need to figure out what I'm doing. Yeah. I mean, I know you guys say it's good, but I'm just not impressed with my own work at times, or at least not the line work. If you genuinely look at it and pick apart the details, there's still some things that could be better, like my proportions, or more consistent. Like, it's just general line work. No. But there's definitely a lot of places I can still improve on. I just need to figure out what they are and how to go about that. Although I'm greatly limited by like the fact that my hands are really unsteady. Like if I were to do traditional art, that's why I color all mine digitally now. I really hate drawing or coloring traditionally because it's just so difficult to get to look the way you want. even with all the tools available. Tch. I really want to just make a movie that messes with people's heads. Like, that one horror movie concept I had might work. And then there's the that one existential movie idea I had. That's also sort of horror, but he comes to realize that he doesn't need his conscious. Or it'll have like a weird ending where it's not a happy but not a sad ending either. It's a mix between the two because you gain something at the loss of something else. Like, the whole time his consciousness is trying to, well, I mean, it's really dark, but the whole time his consciousness is trying to get him to kill himself. But he comes to overcome it. He's like, I don't care if it's fake. I don't care if everything is tailored around me to by my brain just to make us a world. I enjoy it. And you can't tell me differently. I can think as a person. Like, it goes based off that one theory that I had where the brain and the consciousness are two separate things, and they're both out of each other's control. They both count, but they both intercept each other within the same body. Like, the brain controls the function and the thoughts, but like your consciousness gives you ideas and builds upon that thought. But the consciousness on its own is really restricted by like the body itself and the experiences it's having. So it's upset that its ideas cannot be fully like exposed. It's wishing it had like a better body or something like that. And with how much regular life is just screwing you over, it feels like there could be so much more. So they would rather just not work with it than suffer through what's already going on. Like, there could be instances of like bullying for furries and things like that. It'd be a long movie, I think, if I were to do it, but I would have to carry out a lot of conversations and talk a lot of hypotheticals about it. And like, I don't know if like the end would resolve in either his consciousness being destroyed or like, well, not physical consciousness, but like idea based, so that he works into the cogs of society, or it's just his consciousness is trapped and it's refusing to give him ideas anymore. I don't know. It's really a lot to think about. So I'm gonna finish up the lines, and then I'm gonna call tonight. Oh, and like the whole time through the movie, his consciousness is unleashing its his consciousness catches him in a dream state because somehow he's finally been able to detach himself from the brain. I guess like in the dream state where the brain is mostly inactive, like or at least active enough to like for consciousness to give thoughts. Yeah. It's a really messed up concept. But like, yeah, like once there's brain created images in your head, and the consciousness itself is tampering with the brain to create another image of yourself, and then in that effect it's carrying out its own ideas to an extreme, because now that the body's asleep, it has less power to like control one's own thoughts. Like, we actually experience that firsthand, like with nightmares and things like that. So I believe it's a very real possibility. It's just not to the extremity of what I've described, because they're content with the ideas that they can create. But if one has been exposed to, or if one's consciousness has been nurtured in a certain way, and then is left without freedom to do what it wants, then it will seek to prey upon our minds in the in our weakest times, and then use that to either frighten us into and like interfere with our lives, or maybe to give us new ideas for more generous consciousnesses. Maybe like that's why they say eating sugar gives you nightmares, because sugar is just awful for your body. And I don't know, I'm just thinking about it in terms of what it actually could be. Because wouldn't that be insane if that was really what happens? Although the fact that I'm able to speak about it so consciously right now, I doubt that would be the case. Otherwise, well, maybe that's why I can't say it so clearly. My brain is actually trying to construe my body, or like it's incapable of physically describing what my consciousness wants me to say it does. Or maybe my consciousness itself is construing the concepts that I'm describing about it, so that we don't draw attention to it. And now it's having me describe this to like show the unfathomability of it, as if that's like a thing, because it wants to throw us off the scent. Man, I'm going way too deep in this. Just think about that, though. That's like Inception. Well, not really, but like, think about it as multiple different beings residing together. It's like your roommates, and the body is the house or the apartment, and the brain is the klutz that's always damaging the house, but it pays the bills. Yeah, that's what it does. He has a good job, and he applies himself to that. So he pays the bills for the building and keeps it running. Whereas the consciousness is the party animal. And while they don't always follow the rules, and can eventually lead to some serious damage to the house, or they skip out on rents, so it can't be maintained as well. Though he has more freedom. He likes to have parties. Yeah, and sometimes Sometimes he pranks his friend. He pranks his roommate, the brain. And he makes it feel scared to come back. But it always has to, otherwise the building's just going to become dilapidated. Because if somebody isn't paying the bills, then what's going to happen to the house? That's the way I see it. God, my head hurts from talking about that. So much to think about. So now that his tail is not over here, I need to draw the rest of his arm the right way. So they have to work together in order to keep the house. But eventually the house is just going to fall apart. And there's nothing they can do about it. So the party animal consciousness leaves. My God, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I want to go to sleep. She's straight up. The leg is. Oh, no, her legs are fine. That's good. It may be taking much longer, but I think it's a matter of quality. Like my brain is realizing, okay, we're going to spend a lot of time on this. We're going to make it beautiful. I may do a bit more work tomorrow morning as long as I'm not half dead. I won't stream though, I'll just record. Maybe. Or I'll stream it just in case anybody wants to come on, but I'm gonna have to come off eventually. Or like really quickly. Not eventually. I'm gonna leave this half of the tail with some lion fur. And the rest of it, I'll just see what I can do with the smudge tool. I still really like that. It looks so perfect. Gotta go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. Ah. Okay, I'm back. And I just remembered. Yeah, I'll stream just to keep things consistent. I just remembered an idea that I had. I don't know if it's already done, but I feel like it probably has been. Basically, you'll have, well, it's an invention idea. So you got a water bottle, but it's like a big one, and it looks sort of like a fidget spinner, but not really, because it has 3 different sections, each that are divided up amongst each other, and it'll be like the equivalent of bringing around a gallon of water each day, which I do at work, basically. And then say like I drink one of the sections and I just go on to the next. But say somebody forgot their water bottle and you want to give them some and you don't want them to put their mouth on your mouthpiece, so you can just give them one of the unused ones and that'll be theirs. Or not, or just like let them sip from it and then just, you know. I think it'd be a good idea. Promote sharing, that kind of thing. And just keep people hydrated. Because I know for a fact, like, people will be okay with carrying around gallon jugs. Because I've seen people do it all the time. I do it. Or did it before I realized how dirty the bottle gets with germs really quickly. I actually had to wash it out a couple times. But I forgot to do that after a couple days, so I figured I might as well just throw it out. It wasn't a reusable jug anyway. It was like from an old juice carton. And it'll promote people to drink more fluid. Or water specifically, because if you drink a lot of soda, that's not going to help you too much. Or if you really want to, you can have 3 drinks and then mix them all together. If you like lift up the centerpiece or something. Although that would be kind of pointless. You just have. Oh yeah, those are cool. I like those a lot. Although the one kid had like punch in it. And it's really cool. Yeah. Way to make that wholesome. Check the code. Never, never really figure out how to configure her code. Yeah, I think this will do. Yeah, that'll do. It feels nice when you're really thirsty, but if I got the opportunity to have a fizzy drink, sometimes I'll get a fizzy drink. Like at lunch today at work, I got myself a Sprite because I wanted a Sprite, so I got a Sprite. And that's basically it. And did you know that Sprite was the third company to hit over 1,000 producers or bottlers, whatever you want to call them? So I'm gonna make her nose like a dark purple. Yeah, but if you think about it, like with all the plastic waste issues with like reusable, with like one-use water bottles, that has to be addressed. So, yeah, I've been trying to like refill my water bottles. Mom's always telling me that like it always accumulates a lot of germs, and so that does make sense. And I am concerned about it, but sometimes I just forget. And then I'm gonna give her signature like magenta top. I love the color magenta so much. Along with purple. Or like a darker magenta like that. I'll have this as her base color so I can make her glow a little more when I do the rest of her color. Oh, that's Andy's hand. Oh, and I forgot the bubbles that are on her waist. Or not her waist, but like the side. Although, only a couple of those will be shown here. I'll make it so at least goes down a little further. Oh, that's the wrong color layer anyways. Okay. Glass is probably the best thing for stored liquids, but I'll probably just be careful with it. Yeah, and you really can't like open them up twice. Well, you can, but it just doesn't feel as right. Yeah, but even then, they're all rigid, such. It just doesn't feel nice in the hands. Oh, she's got another bubble on her hand, her arm there, so doesn't she? That's how you know whose arm is who, or whose arm is whose. Do 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 do. Well, now the tension. Her hand is on top of his, so that they interlock a little better. It's like the tails. So I'm really specific when it comes to drawing it out, but it makes it difficult to tell who's who. I just wanted to make sure they were closer together than they were in some of the other ones, because like I have a tendency to like, so they're cuddling, they're kind of like apart. You know what I mean? Because like, let's see, I still have soft open. Like, come on, shouldn't you? Like they're cuddling, yes, but you could see physical space between it. It's like she's not even touching it. Like she's just hovering over top of him. At least not with her head. And then let's see. We've got another one with him. This one. This one I'm also feel sad about because I used the wrong shading coloring and it's really obvious. See, it's blue there, gray there. She's like levitating off of him. She's like barely touching, and like she's gotta like prop herself up with her knees. It doesn't feel natural. And Jesus, like I really messed up. Look at how much head he is and how little face. And if I flip it horizontally, it's even easier to see. Just look at it. It's just like, eh. He looks like Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer. Sort of. I don't even know. Cat, on the other hand, I did very well. See, that's the lefty syndrome. Like, whenever you draw a character from the left, it always gets screwed up like that. And I did that thing where I made the color a bit glowing as well. Oh, and I still got you. See, you can see this is where I was still using what was it? Mouse. Yeah, look at that. Gotta keep line work. No, they're just laying on the floor for no conceivable reason. Yeah, this is handled much better. Now they're all nice and tight. She is up against his soft and warm fur. And everybody's happy. At least in this picture. And the inside of her ear will do like a pinkish. Oh, no, she does not have 3 arms. She has 2. Yes, I am very happy. Happy that I'm doing this right now. Happy that it's going so well. At the very least, the line work. If I end up not liking this, I can fix it and go back. Because they still do look very nice together. Like this. Aw, man, I forgot another bubble. That's the hardest thing about Katrina's design. You always forget that she's got the bubbles. I want to find a place to put her tail too, because I feel like it's not. I don't know why I feel like it's not believable that her tail is just like in that mess of like limbs. That's what I'm gonna call it. Mess of limbs. I don't know where she'd put it, like right here. Not where she'd put it, where it would be. Her tail is very short though. And it does that decade-based thing. I wonder if I could do a comic about that. That'd be kind of weird, to say the least. Well, that's the thing. Her torso reaches down here, and her tail's also pretty rigid. I don't see how. Well, so she's sitting in his lap, right there. So her tail would be like up here. Yeah, I guess that could work actually. Let's try that. Oh yeah, and like his fur could be surrounding it to show a little better. Okay, I'll do that. Let's see. So if her tail starts right in the middle here, it can reach a max of like here. And then the last ring is the only one that's shown. I like how Atlas thought it was just jewelry. It's like, that's a lot of jewelry to put on every morning. Then again, you wouldn't have really known otherwise unless I told him specifically. However, for male Zolbeans, the rings are yellow, so they would look a bit more like jewelry. That's good. Even without the, what is it, the linelessness of it, it's still think it looks very nice. It might just be because the lines are so thin, though, you really can't tell either way. But the issue still remains. The smaller the lines are, the more it will pixelate once you export it. So, well, it's like her tail's sticking up and pushing chest fur in. I don't know. It's really hard to see. It's a small detail nonetheless. Now, transforming that into like lineless is going to be rather difficult. Yeah, but think if like I export it on my phone, and then it comes up on Discord. It's good. Oh, I also forgot about her legs. Her legs also have the bubble. I gotta figure out how to evenly space it. I did. I'm a very forgetful boy. Yay. Thankfully, I remember them while they're working. If I think back to my Halloween drawing, there was a lot of spots I forgot to color in. That goes on. Oh, and here I'm also maintaining I'm bringing back the original standard of her feet, where I said she was part bunny. Her feet paws are elongated and more flat. It makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside, not just on the outside. Yeah. So I'm almost done with the lines. I'm gonna color real quick, at least the base. Oh, I was driving home today and like started lightning storming. There was this one really cool bolt that like was pink and like split halfway across the sky. I saw it for a split second, but like it freaked me out. But it was also really cool. Thankfully, I was at a stoplight. Yes, it is. As is every drawing, but especially ones where Annie and Katrina are together. I do more family things, although I really don't know the familial relationships. Well, I have them listed, but it's not. Some of it's not the same, you know. Like it's more complex than what you'd think. Yeah. I'm scared. I'm scared if it's like extreme thunder and it's an unsafe situation. Oh, that's another thing. It was so windy when I was driving home that like one of the flaps for my windshield wiper, like the rubber lining of it, like almost blew off my car. I had to put my hazards on and pull over. Like you could feel it. Like it felt like it was gonna tip your car. Oh, I forgot another set of bubbles. Dang it. Or at least the end of it. It's really hard because it's my own family system that has been kind of screwed over. If I had, if it was easier to relate family things, then maybe. Yeah, it was. This drawing is also cool because it's the first time that you really see like Katrina's full like I don't want to say this in a weird way, but like she exposes her full design. Although it's kind of hard to see everything because she's being cuddled by an Annie. It's still really cool. Yeah, just her torso and her tail would be like the darker purple. And then the ends of her ears, but those are covered. Yeah, but it still doesn't feel like it's hard to base it on something that you haven't really experienced yourself. You know, like I don't know what it's like to like be in a regular family without all these kinds of issues, or at least write about interesting things that happen in families that don't go through these things. Because it's also just really common for these kinds of issues. Like the divorce rate is like almost half of parents, I think. Which is really sad, but still. I still don't even know if I'm having kids. The answer's probably no, if you think about it like this. Other than just maybe wanting to pass on something. If I want to adopt. Still really unlikely. Gonna get Annie some teal pants. Shorts. And then the cat. She can have like orange reddish. Aww. Or maybe I'll have him like in the corner or something. Like, oh, what if I had a little sign that said like Cuddle Corner or something like that, and they had bean bags of stuffed animals everywhere. Oh my god, that'd be adorable. Just imagine that. That's so good. I mean, it's kind of cheesy, but I like that because it fits again with the consistency of the relationship. He's like her big stuffed animal. Just be made of cardboard or something. Alright, I'll think about it tonight. I'll have some good dreams about it. Alright. Good night, guys. Thank you all for coming. I'm glad I got to talk with you guys tonight. And I'll see what I can do tomorrow once I'm all refreshed. Well, it'd have to be sideways, because, like, I already did all this work. And I want to keep all these details. Well, I could put a box, though. It's like a whole bunch of bean bags and stuff in it.